in music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Desecration Smile by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And we're going to start off with that intro progression on a C-sharp minor chord. When we play C-sharp minor, normally you do this as a 4th fret bar, 2nd finger on the B string 5th fret, 3rd finger on the 6th fret on the D, and the pinky on the G string 6th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a C-sharp minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now on the C-sharp minor, you may also want to think about lifting off the pinky, kind of making that a C-sharp minor 7. Or if you're new to bars, you could make that a smaller version by taking the smaller strings and kind of doing high E on the 4th fret, 2nd finger on the G string on the 5th fret, 3rd finger on the G string 6th fret, and kind of using that for your C-sharp minor. Or you could take the 3rd finger and go to the D string 6th fret, pinky on the G string 6th fret, make that a little bit thicker C-sharp minor. And then from the C-sharp minor, we'll be going to an E major chord. And the way you play E major, 1st finger goes to the G on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the A string 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And through the song, you may also want to think about lifting off the 3rd finger on the E and making that an E7 chord. Or you could take the pinky and go to the B string 3rd fret and kind of get that a little bit more bite if you kind of dig on it. And on our intro, we kind of do that C-sharp minor twice, and then we go to the E major twice, we do that twice, but then we go to an E minor chord. And you could kind of just take the E major and lift off the 1st finger and kind of make that an E minor chord, which is a pretty sad chord. Or you could readjust the fingers and do 1st finger on the A string 2nd, 2nd finger on the D string 2nd for an E minor chord. Or you could add in the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, kind of use an E minor 7 for that change. And then from the E minor, at the very end of our intro, kind of going into our main verse idea actually. So that E minor, and then we go to a D major chord. We play D major. 1st finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the high E 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the 2nd finger while you're on Ds in general and kind of making that a D sus2. Or you could take the pinky and add it in on the high E 3rd for a D suspended chord and kind of say some things around D chords. And then from the D we go to a C major chord. We play C major. 1st finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D string 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the A string 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now while you're on C's in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the 1st finger, make that a C major 7, or you can take the pinky and add it in on the B string 3rd and make it a C major 9. Or another way to play C major 9 is to do 1st finger on the D string 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the A 3rd, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, and kind of use a C major 9 voicing for that. And it's almost like a little halving there. We have E minor, D, C, E minor, D, C, kind of the tail of our intro. Now you could kind of work this as kind of a down idea, kind of an 8 down on each chord. And when we get to those halving chords, you end up doing kind of 4. So E major, E, and I'm kind of adding a little right hand muting to kind of make that a little sneaky. And that might be kind of a cool way to kind of intro the tune even. Our E minor, D, C, or you can even half that E minor. Have a 3 plus 5 is cool. D, 2, 3, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of with the downstrokes. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So if you took the E minor and just tried that a lot, you'd have down, down, up, up, down, up, down. Get that D and C halving, you may want to do kind of a down, down, up on each of those chords, or you could half that pattern and do the D with kind of a down, down, and then the C with the up, up, down, and kind of half it. So you have C sharp minor, pattern I would lean towards the tune is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an eighth note. What a 16th note is where you divide that beat into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. And what I mean by that is we take the E minor, do a down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you'd be doing it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 down. And then on the third beat, you do it up on 2, down on 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you go down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, 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 down. So we're going to use that for the intro. The weird part is where we got the D and C, and you could do kind of a down, 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 up on each of those chords. Or if you kind of dig on it, you could half the pattern and kind of make it a D with a down, 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 up, and then go to the C for the up, down, down, up, down, up. Or you might want to try and hit the C a little early. D with down, 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 C on the up, down, down, down. So we tried our 16th pattern through that intro. You'd have the C sharp minor, C sharp minor, C sharp minor. Our verse part, which is kind of like our tag of the intro. Actually, we kind of have that E minor, and then our D, C. We end up doing that 8 times actually. Now, something else that I think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you could throw a bass note in for the chord. So in the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. E major, you'd have the low E for the bass, and on the C sharp minor, you'd have the A for the bass. So we could kind of try that verse with a bass down, up, and have E minor, D, C, or E minor, D, C, E minor, D, C, E minor, D, C, and then we keep that going on that first verse, E minor, chorus, we start on the D major, but then we go to an A major chord. We play A major. First finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now, while you're on the A in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the third finger and make that an A suspended 2nd, or you could add in the pinky on the B 3rd and make it an A sus, and then you could kind of say some things around the A chord. And on our chorus, it's almost like we're halving the D to the A and then to the E major. And we end up doing that kind of 3 times, kind of that D, A, E, or down, down, up, A, down, up, E, down, up, down, up, or D, down, down, up, down, up, E, down, up, down, and then we go back to D, and then we go back to the A. So we tried that with a bass down, up, on the A, you'd have the A string for the bass. So you'd have kind of a D, A, E, D, A, Or if you're digging on the 16th note pattern, we could work it that way. And then we have kind of that D, A, so you could make it kind of a bass, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, up, down, up, or bass, bass, down, up, bass, down, up. And all be cool variations. So we tried that through the chorus. You'd have the kind of that verse idea, kind of that E minor, and then the D, C is kind of a weighting idea. And you could kind of work that with basses in the 16th too. And then you have the E minor, D, C, E minor, D, C. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next verse. Now you could even take all of these ideas actually and kind of mix them up different ways. So you may want to kind of play around with that too. Sometimes that can be kind of a way to kind of work it, kind of playing it like you're feeling it a little bit too, kind of switching between all those different ideas. And we kind of have our weighting E minor. And from there, then we go into our next chorus. So we're kind of back to our D. Solo and kind of a bridge part, and we start on a C major chord, and then we go to a G major chord, and we play G major. First finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, the second finger on the low E string 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really happy. And you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, and kind of working that for your G major too. Kind of having a lot of the C major to the G major and then our E major. So there's a lot of different ways we talked about actually kind of working those downs could be kind of a cool way to do it, or doing the down, down, up could be kind of a cool way to do it too. Or you could add basses to that, like C, G, E, or you could have it doing that C, G, E, or you could do your 16th and have a C, kind of a big E, but it's really an E minor because you can kind of hear that intro part coming back. D, C, E minor, D, C. And then from there, then we're going into our next verse. Now, if you know other licks around these chords too, you know, feel free to kind of take this lesson and embellish it any way you want to. Very, very Chili Peppers to do that too. Kind of get the jam on in the end. Course. And then we got our D, from there, then we go into our outro, which is kind of like a little piece of our intro. And if you wanted to throw basses on these, on the C sharp minor, you'd have the A string for your bass and kind of dig on that. So you have the C sharp minor, E, C sharp minor, and then we got a big E, kind of at the very, very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Desecration Smile by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So good luck!